And we are live. I hope that you guys are ready for this super fun conversation with Mrs. Deveter and the Crochet Boss. I'm going to give you guys about 3 more minutes to come on in the room and join this fun and animated conversation. You can already see he's already crocheting. Oh my goodness. Crochet Boss, hello.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. I'm glad you agreed to this conversation with me. Like I told you earlier, it's just going to be a super fun, chill, laid back conversation. Just want the audience to get to know who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff. So introduce yourself to the audience. They're starting to come on in so you can talk about who you are, what you do, and why I even want to talk to you because you're somebody special.
Well, my name is Maurice Greene. I go by the Crochet Boss. I am a MMA fighter, previously in the UFC. Now we're on other endeavors, but that still doesn't matter. Anything about crochet, I could talk all day.
I love it.
Yeah, I just like to create things. I love the fact that I can take something like this, right? And I can
Yes.
turn it into something like this, and somebody can keep this for, I've had some of my hats for 7, 8, 10, 15 years.
That's what I'm talking about. So before we came into the live audience, you told me that you crocheted a whole hat during gymnastics. So tell me about what were you working on?
So I got like 3 staples that I kind of make. One of them is my headband. The other one is my beanie, which I do a couple different things with. Then I got my flip hat. So I went to gymnastics. My kids, they're back to back, and it's an hour a piece. So I was like, instead of being on my phone, right? I might as well. I can't tell you how much yarn I got. It's pretty ridiculous.
I'm sure.
Oh, it's so
I'm
bad.
sure.
I got bags of yarn in there, and then I got a whole station in my house. So I started making this, and I dig in my my pocket for my colorways, and
yes, I love
plus
it.
an hour later, we made this bad boy with the ball and everything.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, how do you make your pom-pom on the top? What's your practice?
So I used to do them with cardboard. I would cut the cardboard in a C, right? You put a piece of string in the middle, you smash them together, you put the yarn around, you cut. But now, because I don't have cardboard all the time, I actually know how to do it with my fingers. So I'll do this. That's how I made this one right here. So I'll wrap it around my fingers.
Which aren't average size fingers, I must say. So my pom-pom would be kind of little. See, because your fingers are okay, bro. Go ahead.
Sometimes I'll do this and I'll wrap it around so I like it, and then I'll stick the yarn through, tie it, and then I'll cut it. It's a lot easier and a lot faster.
I like it.
Then when you finish it, then you shape it, you sculpting, you make it look even, make sure the pom-pom don't have holes in it and it's full.
Right.
And it has to pass the quality control test before it goes on one of the Crochet Boss's hats. So
I hear that. I love it.
I take pride in what I do. Here's one of my flip hats.
I like it.
Yeah, so
that's super cool.
Tags.
That is super. I love the name tags.
Yeah, so
how long have you been crocheting?
Man, I think this is funny. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's an MMA fighter that crochets." No,
you're a crocheter who's an MMA fighter.
Crocheter who happened to be an MMA fighter. I've been crocheting for over 15 years. I started crocheting when I started doing fashion design when I was 330 pounds. I needed to do something. I wanted to do something.
Come again?
When I met my wife, I was 330 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, so we met in 2010, and that's when I started MMA. I took a fight in 30 days, and I ended up winning, and here we are almost 12 years later, still on this journey.
Wow. So wait, so you can't just say you were 330 pounds and then just, go on to something else. You got to tell us that story too. Oh my goodness, there's so many layers.
Man, I got out of high school and I wasn't playing sports and I just blew up. I was
Mm,
partying and doing all the bad things that you do when you're in your early 20s. And
mhm.
um, shoot, I was like, you only live one life. And
YOLO.
then I met Kaya. And everything was great. And then she said, I'm pregnant. And
Oh.
I was like, yo, well, I ain't going back to college. Just
Mhm.
gonna have to work. And
Right.
that's when I got serious about it. And that's when I went from running like one block, literally one block, to 2 blocks, to 3 blocks, to half a mile, to a mile. And this is over. I mean, this is, I had to make real life changes.
Life
It's not
change.
like, it wasn't no diet I was on. It was like even now, I'm 237. I'm trying to possibly get down to 205
Mm.
for, whole new weight division at 35. I've never had to cut weight. I've been thinking about it. So, discipline, discipline, discipline. So, same thing when I crochet. I allot time in my days to crochet.
Mhm.
There's slots for me to sit down and crochet. It's very relaxing for me.
Yes.
And for lack of better words, I make some dope pieces. Some of
Yes,
the
you do.
I
Yes,
say
you
this,
do.
I say this.
Uh-huh.
My colorways are hidden. I don't know
I
what it
mean, they
is.
really are. They really are. Like, show the one that you just made today again. I mean, who puts these colors together but the crochet boss? Who does
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think it'd go together. I thought that brown would be a little off, but by the time it came out and all the stitches,
that? Hmm.
we got the front post double crochets, we got the
Yes.
back loop joints, so
That's
we
what
got a
I'm
little
talking
bit
about. You did a
tab
little bit of
double,
everything
so
up in
we got a little
there.
bit of everything in
You
here.
did a little bit of everything.
It's
Now, what kind of yarn do you prefer to use? Is it chunky yarn that you prefer to use?
100%. I'll be
100%.
honest with you. I've been using this yarn. This is
Hmm.
why everybody asks me, like, why do you use the Lion Brand Thick and Quick?
Hmm.
I've been using this Lion Brand Thick and Quick for 15 years.
Wow.
When I was actually taught first how to knit, I was taught how to knit by one of my coworkers.
Uh-huh.
Um, we went to Joanne Fabrics on our lunch. I bought probably, I don't know how big they are, some bigger knitting needles, big wooden ones, and I learned how to knit scarves.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was selling my scarves, and I used to commute. I lived in
Hmm.
Chicago, so I used
Hmm.
to commute and work in Palatine. But I lived in Waukegan. I didn't have a car, so I
Hmm.
take the metro from Waukegan to Chicago, from Chicago to Palatine. So it'd be
Hmm.
like a 5 hour commute sometimes. If you, like, in the winter, you'd miss it. You'd miss your
Oh
connection.
my goodness.
So I crochet, and then people started buying them.
Yes.
And I was like, oh. And then I went to a store in downtown Chicago, and he was like,
Uh-huh.
man, go ahead and give me a couple of those. So he didn't buy them. He took
Uh-huh.
them in the store, a small boutique.
Uh-huh.
Called me back probably 4 days later. He says, hey, Maurice, you
Uh-huh.
got any more of them hats? I was like, wow, what's up? He goes, if I tell you what I sold them for, you're not going to raise my wholesale price, are you? I was like, nah. You gave me a chance. What's up?
Right. Right.
How much did you sell a hat for? So it was the old version. I actually used to crochet these. I used to knit these on a loom. I used
Hmm.
to loom knit these.
Okay.
It used to take me about 3 hours, 3.5 hours per hat.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
love making them. You can
Right.
sell them for $135.
And how much were you selling it to him for?
50.
What? He made a serious profit.
Yeah,
So,
but
but how
he
did
gave me
that
insight
even
on
happen?
what I was worth.
Right.
He let me know what the product was worth. So I can't tax
Exactly.
him now
No,
because he
of
let me
course
know what
not.
it's worth.
That's dope. So, how did that happen? Like you walked in the store one
Walked in the
day
store.
or
Walked in the store with all my hats. So what we did is my best friend, he's always in my corner. His name is Billy. He raps. So he's an
hey
artist.
Billy?
And I made a bunch of bears colored hats, headbands. I used to make a
Smart.
different headband than this too. And we went down to the tailgating
Hmm.
and we walked around the tailgating and probably 45 minutes,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
left with like $700. Literally.
In 45 minutes.
45 minutes left with $700. Sold all of them. So I was
Wow.
like, okay. Oh, we
Like
did
what?
it.
Wait.
Did it again.
So, what do you say to people? Like, what was your sell? What was your pitch?
I would just walk around and they'd stop me because they'd see
Mm.
it. I usually go on a colder day,
Hmm.
you know.
Smart.
weather permitting, the
Hmm.
colder days, the more I
Hmm.
sold sometimes.
Of course.
Um, and by the time they get to the hat and they touch it,
Hmm. Hmm.
sold. I'm gonna say
So,
that, and
so.
that's because I believe in I believe in my product. And if my stitches aren't, if there's no consistency there, I'll take it apart. I'll redo it.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
just how I am. Like
Hmm.
you can't sell something to somebody for a premium price and you don't got a premium product.
I
So I
love
make
it.
money all the time.
You are dropping all the knowledge right now. I don't even think the people were ready. They didn't know that this is what they were going to get tonight. They just thought I was going to be on here chit chatting with you and you weren't going to drop no nuggets. I mean, you have told us so many key things just now. I love it. I love it. Okay, so you were selling the Bears hats. Then what?
Um, then one day I saw the store. I always saw this little boutique, and he had these mannequins. I
Mhm,
was like, all right, I'm going in there. His name was
mhm,
Willie. Walked
mhm.
in there, met him. Older black guy, ran a nice little, very clean boutique on the South Loop in Chicago,
Okay.
right by the Bears, whatever. And I forgot what's over there. I haven't lived there in a while. But I just walked in there one day, and he took a couple of them. And then when he called me back, he paid me wholesale for all of them up front because he knew he was gonna sell them.
I love
And
it.
at that time, I wasn't the crochet boss though. See,
Who were you back then?
he used to go by the pirate. I like
And why
pirates.
the pirate?
I got all these pirate tattoos. They want gold and they're ruthless. So that's how
Ah,
my career. And then I'm sitting back one day and I'm looking at my boy Billa. I'm like, Billa, bro. So I'm gonna just change my name to the Crochet Boss.
I
He
love it.
goes, that's it. He didn't say nothing else. He was like, oh, that's it right there.
That's
He
it.
goes,
That's the
if I
name.
came to a fight and I saw the pirate and I saw the Crochet Boss, when I leave, I'm gonna remember the Crochet Boss.
This is true. This is true.
know? And it kind of encompasses both of the things. I use the name for my mixed martial arts career, and I get to tie in the other thing that I love too. Like both of my things, they're not even the same, but I make them the same.
I love it.
They just go hand in hand for me, and that comes from me just creating like, I drink beer, I drink,
Hmm.
and I buy cool cans, so I turn
Okay.
those cans into coasters. Hold on, hey Alan, can you give me my coasters?
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm super, super impressed with your story. Like, I love a good origin story, and yours is amazing. I'm really impressed.
So, so I I kind of went nuts. Okay, I went to Total Wine.
Uh-huh.
I spent, between Total Wines, Joann's, Michael's. I spent some time in them yarn aisles. We got to
Uh-huh.
comb through. You
Yes.
know, I do this. But check
Yes.
some of these out. These really came out. I saw these. I saw them at a store. I was like, make this.
Right.
It's nothing. So I proceeded to see how to make it one day,
Hmm.
trial and error. So I would cut the cans up.
Wait, wait. So these are coasters that you made from bear cans.
From beer cans. Here's another one.
Stop it.
I wish I had my favorite ones, but I gave them to my favorite person at the UFC, Heidi
Oh,
Dean. Yeah, and I'm happy I did because that may be the last time I see her for a while. So,
yeah. I
like,
saw that announcement you made today. That's pretty major.
yeah, it's everybody calls me like, "Oh, Maurice, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Listen, guys, I won one out of my last five.
Yeah.
But the best promotion, they have a standard to uphold, And as
Yeah.
much as they may have wanted to keep me, when you're
Mhm,
not when you're having a tough go at it, you
mhm.
gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta regroup, you
Yeah.
gotta get some things together, you gotta go win some fights, and then go back in. So it's not
Right.
the end. It's
Right.
just my journey to the title is just gonna be a little bit different than some
A
guys who
little
came
bit
in
different.
undefeated. But I'm up for the challenge. Like,
I love that.
this is a
I
really
mean,
good one.
I love that. Look at that.
So here's
Now,
just a
so
couple.
how do you make those?
So what we do is, so now I piece that together.
That's dope.
These are my favorites. These two are two of my favorites, actually.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so what we do is you got to cut the top and the bottom of the
Hmm.
can off,
Hmm.
flatten it out. And then
Hmm.
from there, I figure out, okay, what shape. So I got three shapes of coasters.
Okay.
Figure out what shape. I figure out what color to paint it. If I got to make a color, I'll try to make a color. Um, I'll try to make a color and see if I can come close. Or sometimes if you don't get the color spot on, a shade of that color almost looks better because it makes the other colors pop.
Okay.
Um, and then I'll go ahead and glue. I glue the can that I cut out, in the shape of the coaster. I'll glue it on.
Hmm.
I'll go back and I'll trim the fat kind of on the outside, and then I
Hmm.
go crafting epoxy over the top of it.
Okay. Now,
Yeah,
how did you get into making coasters?
I saw it at us. We're new to New Mexico. We just
Okay.
moved here in August of last year.
Uh-huh.
We went down to Old Town. Old Town is really it's really quirky, cool place down here in Albuquerque. And we walked in this place and they had like the normal beers that you'd see like Bud Light. They had
Right.
like this. I'm like, hey, I can make this. And I'll sign. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign the back. So I only sell a set of three.
Okay.
One has my signature, Maurice Greene. One
Hmm.
says the Crochet Boss, and the one I like the most
Uh-huh.
has both on it.
Okay.
So
That's
now, when wives are like, man, what do I get my husband
hmm
for his birthday? He got a
right.
man. Does he got a man cave?
Man cave,
Does he got
yes.
a man cave?
Right.
He probably got some nice tables down there. He don't want to get messed up, right?
Nope. Yep. Yep.
So why not buy him coasters? He probably watches MMA.
Right.
Why not
Right.
buy him coasters that were made by the Crochet
The
Boss?
crochet boss.
It just
I
makes sense.
mean, can't go wrong with that. I
Like
hope
peanut
you
butter and
guys
jelly, it just
listen.
makes sense.
It just makes sense. I love it. I love how creative you are and how out of the box you're thinking. It's just again really inspiring. And so earlier you were telling me about your favorite hook. So what's your favorite hook? Because we all want to know.
Man, I went through a lot of hooks. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have my beginner hooks,
Uh-huh.
which hey, if anybody's ever wants to learn how to crochet, let me just give you some what is that stuff called? Um Confidence.
Advice, some tips,
No, some confidence
some
that you can
confidence.
be good, okay?
Okay.
I learned how to knit. My wife said, hey, oh, hello from New Mexico. That's dope. My wife goes, hey, why don't you learn how to crochet?
Mm.
It's faster. I
Mhm.
said it's faster, yeah. Hey, but you can do some really I'm gonna learn how to knit real good too. Because you can
Yeah,
do some
one day.
dope stuff with knitting. But anyway, I'm a crochet, I'm a hooker, you know. That's what they call us, right?
That's
So,
what we are. We're hookers.
okay,
My
yeah,
daughter doesn't like that, but I'm a hooker. What
that's
can
the
I
first
say?
time I heard it. It was listen, it's off base, but I was at this place to fight, right?
Uh-huh.
So they just happened. I was with the UFC, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was with the UFC. They just happened to have a crochet convention.
Stop it.
I can't lie to you about this. I can't. At the same time, this woman walks out. She goes, "I heard this MMA fighter crochets. We're hookers." I'm like, all I heard was "we're hookers." I'm like, yo, what? She's like, oh no, they got a crochet convention over there. I was like, yeah, but what they talking about hookers for? They're like, oh, crochet hook. I was like, oh, okay. That's the first time I ever heard that term for
Really?
crocheters. Yeah,
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 we're
it caught me off
hookers. I
guard. But anyway,
mean,
back to my favorite hooks. Ever since I've gotten these hooks, um, it's my go-to. I use bigger hooks. It's the Furls hooks, and
yes.
this is it's a 9 millimeter.
9 millimeter.
9 millimeter. I also have sometimes when I want to switch it up, I use that 9 millimeter.
Yes. That's a
And
streamline. You got your
I
swirls, you
also
got your
got,
streamlines.
where's my big boy at? Oh, and I also, hey babe, can you hand me that heavy hook, the heavy one, the big blue one? with the
Big.
with the Big Blue. Yeah, hand me Big Blue. And this is Big Blue.
That's Big Blue. Yes, sir.
This
That's
is
your
Big Blue.
honesty. I love
Big
it.
Blue got some weight to him.
Yes.
So I don't use Big Blue all the time, but Big Blue does come in handy when I need it.
I love
Yeah,
it.
these are
I
pretty
love
much
it.
these are the hooks I use. And
Those are your
the only other
go-to.
hooks I do use is small ones when I got to do finishing work.
Okay.
You
How
know,
small do you go?
9 millimeter. See, well, I got to get some new hooks. Maybe I'll get maybe
What you need? What you need?
I haven't tried smaller hooks with bigger grips.
Okay,
Usually
gotcha.
when I get smaller hooks, they always have smaller grips. And I
Right.
got big hands, so
Doesn't
it
work.
hurts my fingers.
Yes.
So
Yes.
maybe I do want to. Cause I want to make a bathing suit this summer. I want to figure
Okay.
out a way to make a bathing suit. Like I don't read patterns. That's another thing that I don't really do. So
Okay.
I'll look at something,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just start crocheting, and then
Okay.
over time I'll figure it out. So like this hat, I knew how I made it on the loom. And I
Uh-huh.
started crocheting one day. So I knew, okay, if I can make my beanie,
Right.
okay, then I can start my flip. Because my
Right.
beanie, because these are the same.
Mm-hmm. You
Only
just
difference is this
add
got
it
a
to the
flip.
flip.
Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
how am I going to make this flip so it lays flush? So it's
Mm-hmm.
not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I tried something. It didn't
Okay.
work. I didn't think of
Okay.
it. I tried something else. It worked. It's kind of like I kind of MMA and crocheting are kind of very similar to me. Like the whole striking and everything's free, kind of right. You can be free. You can put different combos together. I can go double crochet, front post double crochet, back post
Mm-hmm.
double crochet, front.
Mm-hmm.
But on the next row, I can switch it up and do a whole different combo of stitches to create something totally different. So sometimes
Yes.
I play with the stitches just to see what the look looks like. You know what I mean? So it depends. And then once I got something that I really like, that I like how it comes out quality wise, I remake and remake and remake.
I love it. So no patterns. This is all off the top of the dome. Like you're like, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna make it work. I love that. I love that. I love that. Do you have any advice for people who are trying to? Oops, somebody just ordered 3, I think, of your coasters. So woohoo! That's
Yeah.
all right with me. Yeah. Just ordered 3. So thank you, Glenda.
Thank you,
I don't know
Glenda.
if she ordered 3 hooks or if
I
she
haven't
ordered
put
some
the
coasters
posters
from
on,
you.
but I got hats on my website. I got my blankets. I named my blankets a certain thing, and then, all right, excuse my language, but I gotta tell you about this. I do a special series, right? So when I do a
Mm-hmm.
drop, so this is how I do my store. I do drops. So I used to have a clothing line that was in the sneaker industry, right? And if
Mm-hmm.
you're familiar with how the sneakers work, they do drops.
Mm-hmm.
The Jordan
Mm-hmm.
13's gonna drop on whatever. So I
Mm-hmm.
do drops because I can only make so much,
Right.
and I take the time, and so I'll drop like 35, 40 pieces with some t-shirts. So um, when I do the drop, all the hats that I make,
Mm-hmm.
I take the ends of I don't waste yarn. I'm not a wasteful
Okay.
guy.
Okay.
Daddy told me at a young age, he said, son, don't be wasteful.
Don't be wasteful.
Hold it,
I
right?
love it.
So I take whether it's this big, I can't do nothing with it really. So I
Right.
tie it together and I roll it. And I roll it,
Okay.
rolling it. I get this big ball of yarn. And I
Uh-huh.
make hats. I make all of my pieces out of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I call it it's the What the Fuck series. And the
Okay.
reason why I say that is there's no rhyme or reason for the colorway. It makes you say, what the?
What the? Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I got
So
you.
but and there's a custom tag that we make that has like dollar signs, and so it doesn't say the word, but I thought it was a really cool idea to do it just because you never know what they're gonna come out. But man, when I made the first ones, those are the
Uh-huh.
first things that sold.
I believe it.
I only had
Anything.
3 of them.
Yeah, it's original. You can't get anything else like that, when you're taking different pieces of yarn and putting it together and making scrap blankets or scrap hats or whatever it is, like hey, look, this is it, one of a kind. How much you gonna pay?
I
For
can't
sure.
remake this because I don't even know how I rolled it.
For sure. I'm sorry. I didn't realize my phone wasn't muted. That I'm like, oh my God, why is the phone ringing? Um,
Even this, see? My
that's
lumberjack
really dope.
cookies
That's
on
really
everything.
dope.
And we
Do
make
you?
these, so
You gonna make those?
we make these, yeah.
Oh, you make
Oh,
those?
this is my wife's handwriting.
Okay.
Oh yeah, every leather buy the leather, we cut the leather, we burn the leather, and then I got buttons on buttons on buttons. See, I used to live in Minnesota. You go
Uh-huh.
to the you go to the garage sales in Minnesota. You know, some of them old ladies been crafting
Forever.
25 years.
Right,
I've
right.
been crafting for 35 years, and sell a whole bag of buttons for
Mm-hmm.
250.
250. I
Yeah,
love it.
you know, what people don't realize is you go to a store, buttons are expensive.
They are expensive.
You know,
They
depending
are
on what you're making, and you gotta let's think about it like this.
mm-hmm.
I use at least two buttons every hat. On some
Right.
hats that are special edition, or if it's a special person I'm making it for, I may give them a whole nother tag with a whole nother label with their name on it. But that's four buttons. Sometimes them four buttons can cost you $5.
This is true. This
You
is
know,
true.
and
So
one
in
piece is a
the
lot of money.
label is a little bit hard to see on the screen, but the label is your wife's handwriting, you said?
Let's see if I can.
We can see it a little. Okay, we see it now. I love it. I love it. And you
Yep,
guys,
it's all handmade.
handmade. Handmade.
I'm just making the world. I'm making the world warmer one head at a time. That's it.
I love it.
Oh,
So hats, air warmers, coasters. What else you making up there?
I don't know. You know, I actually been thinking about what else can I make? Like, what else do I do?
Mhm.
And I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I
Hey,
just
you said you want to try bathing suits,
I want to try
so you
bathing
got.
suit.
Now you can't make bathing suits with chunky yarn, can you? Like I feel like it might fall off.
Well, you know, I did find some.
We don't want no oopsies when the people are
It's
in
gotta
the
get a
water.
smaller hook though.
Right.
Maybe
You got.
maybe it'd be tighter. But I have some cotton yarn.
Hmm.
I have some cotton yarn, but I don't
Yes.
know if that'd get too heavy because it's chunky. So I don't know if
Yeah.
it'd get too heavy with the
I
water.
know.
So
I know a lot of people who are watching. I'm sure there's somebody in here who crochets bathing suits. Can you drop a suggestion in for the crochet boss and let him know what kind of yarn he should use to make bathing suits? Because he's gonna make it from the dome. He gonna figure something out. He gonna
I
model.
started. I
Yeah.
started. I messed up, so I got to take it apart and restart again. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's the one thing about crochet that I love. You could just rip it apart, start over again. You
Just because
know?
it's all twisted up doesn't mean it has to stay there twisted up. You just do
Exactly.
this.
Yeah, it's a good thing to be able to do that. So
You know you can't
that's
do that
really.
with loom knitting, right?
Can you?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't come off as easy.
Okay.
At least for
Okay.
me, it didn't.
Yeah, I don't
Or like
know how to loom it.
when you loom knit, well, that's another thing. I used to. So they have the loom as a big circle, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to wrap each one. I
Mm-hmm.
got smart. I was making these at a rapid pace. Okay, so I
Uh-oh.
took a. This is the hack right here. I took one of those pins, like the big pins, big.
Uh-huh.
You
Big
take the
pins. Uh-huh.
top and bottom off, and it's a cylinder.
Uh-huh.
You suck the yarn through, pull the yarn through tight on the little peg. So now it's like a
Uh-huh.
pin.
You are a crafty guy. You are a crafty guy.
I got my time down to about 2 hours. Save me,
Wow.
you know,
And it usually takes three.
um, it was taking me quite some time.
Okay.
Because you mean it'd be this, but
Mm-hmm.
the rows were smaller, right?
Oh.
So yeah, the rows are smaller, and then I learned how to crochet them, and now we got our time. Our time is
Yeah,
time.
crochet definitely is speedy. I love it. I
It's
love
about,
it. I love
it's
it. I
about a
love it.
great time.
Yeah, man.
But
Crochet is
yeah,
where
that's
it's
good
at.
stuff. All day, when I'm done, I'm gonna finish this headband. It's gonna be a whole nother headband. I'll finish this, and
Okay.
I'll move on to the next one.
On to the next. So with fighting, are you taking a break right now, or are you just going right back into the gym to prepare yourself for another fight? Like, what's the process with that?
It's a little different right now. So it's the first time in a while that I haven't been hello. under contract.
Oops, sorry.
I've been under contract with the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any obligations to any promotion right now. You know, I got some really cool things in the pipeline on the side of, the crocheting side of being the crochet boss. And, that's something that I've been wanting to explore and, see what lies there for me. Because at the end of the day, when all this MMA stuff is gone, I'll still have my crocheting.
Mm-hmm.
I can still be an
Yes.
influential figure on that platform, and it's something I love to do. So I can really talk about it all day. You know what I
I
mean?
feel you.
So
I feel you. I feel you.
so I'm still going to train. I'm still going to get better. I'm still going to work on my holes,
Mm-hmm.
100%. But I don't know if I'm in a rush.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean,
either roll to a
still,
big promotion or roll back to the UFC.
right.
And both of those, I got some things I need to work out because the next time I go back there, I'm gonna chase that gold. So
Right.
instead of saying I was just there, I'm gonna chase that gold. But in the meantime, we gonna.
Crochet is where it's at. I ain't mad at you. Tell the people where they can find you on social media, on Etsy. I know you have an Etsy shop, but let them know where they can purchase your items.
Hey, so very easy. If you get on Instagram, it's the Crochet Boss. Um, if you get on Etsy, it's the crochetbossshop.com. Okay, if you can't find it, just go to my Instagram, link in bio, and it'll bring
Got
you
it.
right there. Twitter, the Crochet Boss. Facebook, the Crochet Boss. All day, every day, the Crochet Boss. Thank you so much, everybody. That was a great conversation. I hope I gave you some good stuff, and I hope in the comments you give me some good stuff.
You absolutely did, and you do have some comments in there, folks telling you that you should try cotton yarn for your bathing suit. They are absolutely loving you, think that you are awesome and you're smart and you're cool and you all those things. So I just want to say thank you so much for spending time with us. And for everybody that's listening, I want to offer you a $25 gift card from Furls. If you can tell me, let's see, what should we ask them to tell us? I want them to tell us something about you that they should remember
Oh, from the conversation we
from the
had.
conversation. Yeah, something that they should remember. I have something in mind, but I want to hear what you think.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay,
See,
you good? I
hold on.
got mine.
This is the downside of my job. Okay. This,
You
this is
know
the
what?
this is the downside. Sometimes I struggle to try to figure out what we need to
What
get
was
to.
that? I got you. So I want everybody who has listened to this interview and participated. He shared something really important about going to the shop. How much did the gentleman resell his hats for? How much did the gentleman at the boutique resell his hats for? If you can tell me the answer to that in the comment section, I will announce the winner tomorrow. So if you're listening to the replay, you have until tomorrow, which is May 13th, to answer this question. You got to watch the video, answer the question. How much did the boutique resell his hats for? If you answer that, I'm going to scroll up and down and I'm going to pick a winner. Again, Crochet Boss, thank you so much for your time tonight. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. And we gotta look into getting you some smaller hooks so you can make your
Okay.
bikini and your
Okay.
bathing.
Hey, listen. Thanks for reaching out and wanting to do it. I can talk, like I said, I can talk about yarn, creating, being creative all day.
I
All day.
hear you. We
Anytime you want to
definitely
hit me
will
out,
have
feel free
you
to reach
back.
out to me.
We'll have you back for sure. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for listening and joining our conversation. Get back to that work in progress, and I'll talk to you all soon.
You have a good
Bye.
evening. Thank
You
you.
too. Bye bye.